Greetings, my good friends. Welcome back to Crazy for Retro. I'm Peggy Lou. I hope you're having a good day today, and I hope your winter has been pretty good. Ours has been extremely busy. I will try to explain some of that, but first I'd like to show you some big changes in our living room. In particular, there are changes in some of our other rooms too. Everything just kind of snowballed. I have some sad news. My brother did end up passing away on New Year's Day. We were very surprised and shocked because we had just gone to see him. We were so grateful that we did, in fact, go see him that afternoon. And we weren't even finished with dinner, and we started getting some phone calls that he was not doing well. I haven't really talked about it very much for all of these months that my brother has been trying to get stronger, but he just couldn't. He really lost his strength and lost his appetite, so it's been a very, very difficult time. We never did get him into our home like we had hoped to get him stronger and to eat better. But he did have heart and lung problems, so that is why he lost the battle. So, as you can imagine, we have been extremely busy trying to get everything out of his house that we would use or my sister could use. I've had lots and lots of things to clean and repair. My brother just didn't really have the time to do that. He was a very busy man trying to make some money on the side with his career that he had after retiring. He had his own tool and die shop many, many years ago, and that's what he retired from early, but he continued to work in his home. So he just really didn't have time to clean up a lot of the things that he thrifted. So I have been going through all the rooms in his basement. He has a pretty good size house, and we are overjoyed with a lot of the really fun retro things that we would love to show you that he found and kept in his house. So I'm sure he would be just thrilled knowing that we are enjoying them now. One of the very major things is this old 50s, I believe, Grundig German stereo. I'm going to turn my flashlight on because it is evening now and I wanted to have some candlelight, but maybe sometime soon I'll be able to show it to you in sunlight where you can see that it is a very warm brown. What I had to do is clean it all thoroughly. I rubbed it down with a scratch remover on the top, and I used Old English on the sides. It does come on, but we really don't know anything about it yet. We did even get the manual that he had, but if you just push, let's try the FM.
Hi everybody. I decided this morning to take a picture of the Grundig radio that Peggy got from her brother in the early morning hours and turned it on so you can see what the dial looks like when it's lit up. I believe she was using the flash on her camera when she was doing the video earlier, and I wanted to point out how neat this looks when it's running. The only concern I have, though, is I don't think I really want to keep this unit plugged into a power outlet. It's very, very old. I noticed that the wires that come out of it are very, very thin. Just to be on the safe side, if we're not going to be using this at all, I would prefer to have it unplugged from the wall. Well, this is a nice find. A lot of paperwork that came with this unit. It's got a circuit board and warranty cards, little advertisement have you seen in Life magazine? I don't remember when Life magazine went out of print, but it's been a while. And it comes with a 45 adapter, which is metal, heavy duty. It's a lot different than what the 45 adapters normally are you think of on a newer stereo system. And here is a bill of sale, $53.73 from September 67. And an instruction manual that is in German, which is not going to help us, but it's just fun to have all this. This is the main envelope that all of this was inside the cabinet. Steve was pretty good about keeping everything together whenever he purchased anything, so yeah, it's fun to be able to get all these manuals that come with the unit.
And the turntable that's a flip down door. So there is a turntable in there, and I ended up ordering a new rubber platter for it because it was missing. Norm didn't think there was a needle on it to dare try and play record, but I could feel that there is one. So we'll be playing around with it for quite a while to see what we can figure out. But Norm didn't think I would be able to fit it in the living room here. And I really, really hoped that it would, because I thought it would be just a wonderful addition to a goal that I've had for many, many years here, to have a much more retro look with our furniture and lighting and accessories. I was so happy when we found that beautiful laminate blonde council table at the State Fairgrounds quite a few years back. And of course, we've always had so much fun finding really crazy lamps. So that was the first thing that we did, was move the television from where the stereo is now. So Norm didn't know that it would work very well to move the crazy Setchel Carlson portable TV over here. This table, of course, is not a TV stand. Maybe someday we can find a TV stand that would be narrower. I've always very much disliked the fact that I could see all these cords down here in the corner when I tried to show you this corner over here. This really, really fun reticulated metal book rack was down in our basement. I found it for $14 at Rogers Antique Mall. Oh, it's probably been 5 years ago now, maybe. It seems like it anyways. But it was downstairs, and we had a lot of books on it down there. So, of course, when we took these shelves out to make room for the television, and, of course, to balance out the other side that is now less shelving, that's fine with me. I've had too much shelving to work with to put all kinds of fun things on, and lots of books, of course, but I wanted to fill up that space over there without having shelving in. I wanted it to match the other side. So that's what I chose in the basement. I went shopping in the basement. And I do have a lot of milk glass out right now, and I just chose some red things and green things, mostly the green books, some red books. But I did bring out a lot of my milk glass. It works pretty good when it's kind of dark in here to just put my flashlight on for you. I really do enjoy the milk glass, looking at it mostly in the winter months. I had to take the flashlight off because I'm getting so close to the mirror here. That doesn't work very well. But the camera does work swell, letting in a lot more light, even though it's actually darker than that to me in here. These are vintage plastic, or some people would call them lucite candle holders. But I'm not using them for a candle holder right now. I just thought they're a fun, spiky, crystal-looking piece, so I have one on each side. These birds were an off-white. They are very nubby texture, bumpy texture. I asked Norm last year to spray paint them white for me, and then, can you believe it? I found another pair. I have to do a tiny little black eye and a very pale yellow beak like the other ones. I'll go back and show you. I'm sorry that I didn't have time. Just too many things going on. Then in Wells, Minnesota, I think it was only like $7.95 for this very cool vase, and I do forget who made it, but it did say California. And it was an off-white, so I was bad. I asked Norm to spray paint it, so I would have that look. Very white. I just love it. There's birds like that out there. Plenty of birds, so I don't think I'm doing anything so horrible there. They're abundant. You can find those pairs. They must have been pretty popular. So way up on top, that radio was from my brother. Many years ago, he gave it to me. And just some of my retro planters. I love the red and green. Maybe I'll put the light back on again so you can see the colors better. You know, if I do these videos in the living room here during the day on a sunny day, boy, it is really, really bright. I get a lot of glare from that too, so it is kind of hard to know what to use. It's not always cooperative if I want to make the video a certain day and then it's cloudy out or whatever, and that's probably even better, the cloudy days. So I just repeated a footed planter, vintage footed planter, over on this side and the other side. Just a few red and green things. I don't want to concentrate too much on some of this, but these were new finds, these pottery pieces, this past summer. This really crazy one, I just decided to put a candle in it. It is a red scented little votive. That works okay. These are lucite. They are made in the shape of the raspberries clusters, if you've seen those. Only these I thought were really unique, and I've never run across them that I recall anywhere. I've had them for at least a decade. So they are very cool pine cones with real fun plastic greenery. So I did put one of the black racks we had in the house here. I'm not sure exactly where I had that last. I moved stuff around so much you wouldn't believe it, but I piled a lot of books on it down there. Not quite so much on the second shelf right now. I've still got more I could put in there. But it is wonderful to have all these book racks to store all the different colors of books that I've collected, because I just love to change them with the seasons. You know, your oranges and browns, golden colors. So here's one of my succulents over here, and there's another one down there. They get a lot of sun, so I do enjoy having a little plant stand in the window here. I know I've got a lot of furniture crammed in here, but I love it. On both of these small walls, on both sides of the window here, the picture window, I just thrifted this, probably 1970s. There is a date on the back. And they are in desperate need of being spray painted. They're quite dull in spots here and there, or some of the gold is missing. Obviously, having just thrifted them a month ago, there's no way I could ask Norm to spray paint them to have them looking really nice for you for this video, but I did want to put them up because I want you to picture them in red. That is what I decided would be wonderful because they are heart-shaped to me. And it would be great for January, but especially February, because I'm using so much red here and there. I think it would be the perfect color. I have sconces in black. I have from my brother's house some fancy ones in gold. And I have some fun wicker looking, or rattan, whatever you want to call it, plaques like that that are little planters in white. So I have a pair of those too. So to me, red would be the most fun color to do. And I just love the fact that they look like hearts. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did show all of this fun thrifted pressed glass candy jars that I really, really like having in the window, especially when the sun's shining through in January. I just found this tree, ceramic tree, for $3. It's really textured, and it was in an antique shop, and it's very skinny, which is kind of nice. It's very, very narrow. I found this, where did I say? German. Oh, I can't think. When they're really old. Was it West German? Little skier guy at the thrift store at Goodwill last year. And I just found this wooden tree. I really enjoy finding different types of trees. Norm has always liked the bottle brush trees, so he wanted to get these. This one is very glittery. They are not vintage. And I found this little salt and pepper skier guy. Too bad there wasn't the other one, but it was a thrift store item, so I was happy just to have one. So I got 2 skiers and a snowman I've had for many years. He's fun. So I did bring down the jewelry tree that I found last year. It has a very pretty base on it. I have shown it before, but it's a very, very fun piece to use for winter. And I broke down at Hobby Lobby last week. This was half price. It is a big piece that I really was hoping to have in our front entrance next to the shadow box, because I had all those little snowmen and trees out there in the shadow box that you saw in my last video. But it was just a little too wide, and I've scrunched it up even. I've been bending all the wire. I did break one little piece, but you can bend all of it carefully. It is as wide or thick as you want it to be, but I wanted it pretty thin. I did not want it sticking way out from the wall, but I thought I got a deal. Norm really likes it. Let me back up so you can kind of get the effect there. I love the fact that it was black because of our black clock. I don't know if you remember that I did have the big rays that are made out of wood. I had them in gold during the summer months, but I changed from the other Elgin clock that we had at the top of the stairs for quite a while that stopped working on us. I had black ones on that, so I just swapped them out. I really do love the black. I thought gold would be kind of dressy, but I like the black better. So down here, this is something you have not seen unless you recently viewed my pink and orange bedroom video. This little mod nightstand, we're guessing, could be an end table, considered that. I have no idea what the rest of the furniture set was. This was thrifted many years ago. So this has been upstairs in my bedroom. It has little chrome knobs on it, but I've loved the drawer space. But what happened was, when my brother was going to move in with us, we purchased a full-size bed for him. So we took everything out of that bedroom, put in the recliner that he would need, which they're big, and his great big television we brought from his house, and the new bed. So then, unfortunately, after he passed, we had to make a decision about keeping that new bed for our back owl bedroom because there was a queen-size bed in there. So in the meantime, switching all the furniture around here, we ended up with the recliner going down in the basement, the chair, bigger chair in black, had to go upstairs to my bedroom. I didn't want to get rid of it just yet. So that pushed this thing out, and I tell you the truth, I'm pretty happy about it. It is low, it is modern, it's more retro, like your low furniture, is very 50s. This looks more 60s mod, but I really like it. And I love the fact that it's a glass top. Now I have that one, the corner one, and the coffee table with glass tops. Well, I hope you're not lost in all of this furniture moving that I'm talking about. It's really, really, really been a challenge for us. I have been so worried about Norm's back. I was going to take out that huge orange planter that I shoved under the coffee table. So that's not really what I meant to have in this movie, but you'll forgive me, right? I can't remember everything. I'm always forgetting some detail. It's huge. I used to have it tucked way over in the corner there with all the cord stuff down in it. Kind of a waste. It's really a neat planter. Well, I took all the milk glass plates out and I just left these things. I just found this for $4.99, I believe, at the Goodwill. I was very surprised. I'm trying to remember who I found out made that. I wonder, was that an Avon one? I don't know about this one either. I see a lot of people showing them. I did not put a real candle in this one in the front. Or of course in the candy dish. Oh, and I just thrifted this candy dish too. That was also at the Goodwill. What a shocker. That might have been $9.99, but I broke down because I love that kind of pattern. It's very frost-like to me. Frosty. If it had flowers, I wouldn't have gotten it. I wanted it for winter, not for any other time of year. And that is my thrifted candle and thrifted candle stick, I should say, and votive. Just found this one with the quilted looking pattern on it this past summer. Okay, over here on the shadow box, it really lights up that washi tape that I put in there with the fancy little floral pattern on it. It's very metallic gold, but look at how that lights up when I have the flash on here on the camera. That's pretty fun, isn't it? So I think I'm going to try without the light. That's a much warmer tone, isn't it? So I've added the swans or the duck there. Probably added more swans than I had originally, but this little duck dish, I don't know what that one in the middle is considered. Certainly not a toothpick holder. So I did put a battery votive in all these, of course, and added the little Avon perfume swans that I've had for quite a few years. I just found a week ago in an antique shop in Hastings, Minnesota. I think it was, where were we? No. Cannon Falls, maybe that's what that was. Aren't those adorable? Yeah, it was Cannon Falls. Those tiny miniature candlesticks, and the candles were with it. $15. To me, it was well worth it. Norm thought it was a very nice purchase. He thought they were pretty cool. I hope I can get closer, but it may go out of focus. And that is a really pretty vase too. I love that vase. I know it's darker in here, but I thought you would enjoy some ambiance in the evening. So let's go look at what's different over here. Does anything look different to you? What did I used to have there? A huge piece of furniture. This desk has been one of my favorite furniture finds. I was so proud of the fact that I twisted Norm's arm. We were at a garage sale in our neighborhood, and you could tell little kids had used this desk because there was ink marks and crayon in the drawers, just terrible. It seemed like a disaster. Norm was not very happy with me making him drag it home, but I saw the potential like I usually do. In my mind's eye, I see things, and I guess I love the challenge. This was a challenge. It took me weeks to clean it up. I had pieces of this sitting up on the kitchen counter. I think I had the whole desk without the drawers in it, upside down on the kitchen counter, working on the legs, working on nicks. I mixed paint to touch up nicks. There is a maker in the drawer, one of the drawers. I'll have to look that up when I got a minute here. I did not paint over it, but I did paint the drawers inside myself years ago when I could stand doing stuff like that in a coral color. And the desk was in our front picture window for many years until I found that beautiful console table. So the desk got sent down to the basement. So it's been down there for a very, very long time. I have always wanted it back up here because I've always felt that that piano was very big, as beautiful as it is. I haven't been playing it as much and just been too busy with the videos. I guess I started losing interest again. So I kept trying to talk Norm into selling it. It's a beautiful Yamaha Clavinova, a digital piano from possibly 2013, but they were very, very expensive. And I know we'd lose money on it, but they are still very desirable because the newest ones they keep coming out with are just almost unaffordable for most people. So Norm said, when I kept begging him to sell it, I wanted to do something different up here. He said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll bring the desk upstairs for you again, and we'll put the piano in the basement. So today, at 8 o'clock this morning, we had 2 piano movers come to the house just to move it down 7 steps and into the family room, that heavy piano, for $250, plus Norm gave them each a tip too. Big one, nice one. They were very nice. We actually found out that they were the piano moving company that Yamaha piano sellers in our area were using. So we used them. I also talked Norm into this adorable wrought iron. I don't know if you'd call that wrought iron, whatever. This is a really sweet vinyl textured, crazy, low chair. And I've always loved it with the desk because it just doesn't block your view, especially when we had it in the picture window. It did not block my view. It didn't block the desk. So that was from up north, Pequot Lakes, Minnesota, Lake Country, many years ago. This was over in the corner, this telephone stand. It was way tucked back there with a lamp on it that went up there. So I needed to fill the space over here. I brought this home. Again, Norm said, where are you gonna put that? And I don't know if this is for an ashtray or if it's a plant stand, because he has a shorter one at his house in wood that's more like if you were sitting, that height. And I might bring that home too for a plant stand. Probably. But I worked hard on cleaning that up too and giving it a little wax. But I needed something, of course, back there, this wall, to just fill in a little bit and just put one of my swans there. But this is a telephone stand, so I took the lamp, fancy California lamp, off of it. There was a small one, and put the telephone on it. The telephone was from my brother's house, as so many things are. And I brought this lamp home from my brother's desk. It is vintage, metal lamp. And I just spent this morning polishing it up, scrubbing it really, really well. I need to tell you, folks, that my brother was a smoker, long-term smoker. So you know that affected everything in his house. That's what it looks like with that desk lamp on. Norm has it on a remote, as well as the TV lamps behind me, and the fireplace, and the crazy cactus plant. They're all on remotes. So he just comes in here in the morning and turns on whatever ones he wants for a little bit of light with the fireplace. Norm just bought this at Rogers Antique Mall. Smith Corona. He just bought it maybe 3 months ago. It was this summer. So he's had this sitting downstairs on this desk, and he got the case with it, the carrying case. So He said, "Do you want to bring it upstairs?" I said, "Well, the desk is up here. What are you going to do with it now? You don't have a desk in the basement anymore now, so I guess we got to bring it up here." I purchased this adorable retro plastic little note and pencil pen holder. Oh, probably more than a decade ago. Don't even know where I got it, but I just thought it was so mod and so fun. There's Dilbert. And my brother had this old swing line stapler and a little hand one that was so cute. And I bought this. Let me get Dilbert out of the way for you so you can see the cute. I bought this many, many years ago. Very mod little tape dispenser. And I just found this past summer for $4. Retro smiley face lucite pen holder. Isn't that fun? And I forgot to mention, maybe 5 years ago, I found this little smiley face. Crazy. I don't know what. Looks like a peach. That pen holder, and I do have an owl lucite pen holder that's upstairs in my owl bedroom. We found this probably a decade ago when we had this desk in the front window. It came in the box, the original box. It has never been used. There's not one page written on. Beautiful. Dialing address. I don't know what you'd call it. But I have two different little plastic letter openers. This one has an elephant on it. So the desk is not perfect by any means, but what I think, maybe you'll agree, is that it has that Haywood Wakefield furniture look with the very smooth, no hardware. So I'm very happy about still being able to keep my little telephone rack over there. Now let's go see what I put on the end of the desk. Well, you can see on the carpet where the piano leg was, but I believe the piano stuck out further on the ends than the leg. It really did open it more in here. But I found this adorable little plant stand, very skinny. Really sweet one at the treasure shed last summer. And I had it out in the kitchen way over there. And I had it out in the kitchen by the door, our patio door. I wasn't sure where I was going to put it, but sometimes I buy things because I really like them. And don't always know where I'm going to have it, but it seems that sometimes it can take a year or two before you find a really great place for something. So rather than looking at the plain desk, I thought it would be super fun to put some succulents down there, and I could change those pots to any color any time of year. So that is how wide it is. Pretty narrow. So from this side, from the dining area, you can see through to the chair. And there's my owl with some wintry berries in it. So what do you think? I'm very, very happy. I love my piano, and believe me, it does look very nice in Norm's music room down there. His toys are down there. He has beautiful guitars. What do you call that? A stereo system components, a vintage record cabinet that we purchased many years ago. He wants so badly to show you his room down there full of vintage toys that he's been collecting for a long, long time. So he loves to sit down there and watch TV and look at his boats and cars and planes. So I hope you think that's fun. I do. I am just tickled pink. I'm getting more and more of the look that I wanted. Yes, it's a little crowded, but that's okay. I have a small house. I'm doing the best I can at working everything in. And I hope it's for your enjoyment too. Thank you so much, all of you that have subscribed. I really, really appreciate it. Norm, of course, does too. He says hello. And we both wish you very well this winter. Please stay well. Please be safe. And we hope to see you again soon for my dining room and kitchen. That's been a lot of work with all this other furniture moving going on. But I do have it done. And there's a surprise change there too. So we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks so much for your wonderful support. We love you guys. Bye now.